But guess what? They're not giving him to you without you completely destroying your franchise.
Shams Charania, who's in Chicago for the NBA draft lottery, was reporting that Giannis is open to exploring best fits outside of the Milwaukee Bucks. And again, if you're a Bulls fan, it's like anytime this happens, Cap, oh, someone's interested in us? Oh, we can get a star? Oh, it's good. Cap, understand it's Karnisovas and Eversley. If we've deemed them the worst front office in the last 30-plus years or ever.
In any sport here.
Yeah, so if you feel that's the case, then why do you think that they could pull off that deal? And if they did pull off that deal, what does it look like for the future? Like, I'd love to have a star for us to be able to talk about every single night or every single day.
Fair to come in here and Shea has his rundown and goes, yeah, we're leading with Giannis scoring 46 last night with 28 rebounds. Let's go. But guess what? They're not giving him to you without you completely destroying your franchise.
It's just with
We're not like the OKC Thunder who has assets up the wazoo.
Right. Like on top of the world in the West and still has a bright future with 1 million draft picks.
Correct.
Sam Presti's done a tremendous job turning a lousy franchise for a couple of years into a winner. But that's what happens when you have a plan, you see. P-L-A-N, plan.
That is correct.
Like Cap's book, available now on Amazon, The Plan.
That's correct. Now in a paperback.
A quick plug for the old book, The Plan. Great for Father's Day, by the way.
Yeah.
So understand where Giannis is coming from, where you win the championship in 2020, 2021 under Mike Budenholzer, and then you lose in the Eastern Conference semis, lose in the first round the last 3 years under Budenholzer, Adrian Griffin, and Doc Rivers. And so at some point, just like a lot of these players in the league, they're like, okay, you know what? We're not going anywhere. You're not giving me enough help. I'm going to leave. Giannis has given his all to this franchise. And so to me, as a European player, Cap, they're usually not the ones to say, okay, I'm out, like, Jimmy Butler or Kevin Durant or players of that ilk, right?
Fair.
Giannis is one of those guys like, you know what? My family is here in Milwaukee. We like it here. But here's the thing. Doc Rivers is not going to get fired. And so Giannis has to think, well, what's best for my basketball career? And so it ain't Chicago. I tell you that for sure. And the conversation is about the ineptitude of the Bulls more so than Giannis coming here, quite frankly. That's the conversation. It is.
Agreed. But, look, he is an outstanding player. He's won, 2 MVPs?
Yeah.
He's won a championship. He's a good guy. Mm-hmm. Everyone says he's great in the community. Like, there is no downside to him. But what are you giving up to get him is my question.
And where are you going? It's just not. It's really a conversation about it's too bad the Bulls are not in a position to be, one of the better teams in the East, and for the Bulls to be attractive enough to say, Giannis, if we make deals, you'll still have enough to work with.
Fair.
He's not hustling backwards. That's for sure.
Fair.
Give us those teams that you just mentioned off the air about places where Giannis could go instead of Chicago.
You
just read to me off the air.
It was San Antonio, Oklahoma City, Brooklyn.
Oh.
Yeah. Those are the teams with all the assets. They got 1 billion draft picks. They got young players. We don't have that.
Yeah, unfortunately, the Nets do have more to give than the Bulls.
Let me ask the caller.
Manny from work.
Manny from work.
Yes.
Manny, if you won the lottery tonight, you trading Cooper Flagg for him? Because that's what the Bucks are going to ask for.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're not going to go, well, give me Patrick Williams and Kobe White and throw in a 2028 first-round pick protected.
Yeah.
Not going to happen.
It is not. It is not.
They're going to go, okay, we're taking Bazelis, we're taking Giddey, and we're getting your next 3 number ones.
Well, you often don't win these trades. The Clippers traded for Paul George. They gave up Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, who is going to win the MVP award in all likelihood.
Correct.
Danilo Gallinari, a 2021 unprotected first from Miami, an unprotected first from the Clippers, a first-round swap with the Clippers in 2023, another unprotected first-round pick from 2024, a 2025 protected first-rounder, another 2025 first-round swap, and a first-round pick next season, also unprotected. The Clippers did not win that trade. In fact, they got fleeced.
They got crushed.
Not surprised.
You don't want to be the Clippers.
Not a well-run organization, even though they have a new stadium and it's awesome. But the point is that they're not well-run. The Chicago Bulls, Cap, are the Maytag repairmen. They're just sitting there. They're not doing anything. That's why that this conversation is about how bad they are versus being in a position to get a Giannis. So that's why it's not happening. It's just not happening.
Correct.
It's too bad.
It is.
It's too bad. It'd be nice, but it's just not happening, Bulls fans.
Shay, would you trade Cooper Flag? Let's say you get the second pick, so you don't get Flag. You get Ace Bailey or Dylan Harper or Derek Queen. Would you make that trade?
No, probably not.
If they said, give me the number 2 pick that you won and give me Bazelis and 2 number 1s, you doing that?
No, if I got one of the top picks in the draft and I'm the Bulls, no, I'm not trading Ace Bailey or Cooper Flag, who I have on a rookie scale deal for the next 5 seasons, for max player Giannis. Why would I do that?
Because you're not going to win with Giannis. That's why, even though he's an amazing player.
If I were Charlotte or Washington, I'd think about it because those guys might not even want to play for me.
And by the way, they're showing it here right now on ESPN.
What I just read, yes.
Yes. And when I look at it in black and white, 4 exits without a championship. Yes, they won one 5 years ago.
Yeah.
I'm not doing it.
No, it's just not even a conversation, Shay, because it's the Bulls.
I don't have enough assets.
They just
Yeah,
can't.
if you're the Celtics, you would think about it, right?
Sure.
I could flip either Jaylen Brown or whoever and a treasure trove of first-round picks that'll probably be late anyway and add Giannis.
What
sure.
if you're OKC?
If I'm the Knicks, I would think about it. If I'm OKC, I would think about it. But I'm not ready-made. I need those picks.
I have not texted anybody yet in the league. I have not, because we're having our conversation. But a likely suitor is San Antonio, the smaller market.
Yeah.
Pop whispering in his ear as a president. That sounds more because he likes the small market.
And they've got a high pick this year.
Yeah.
They've got, what's his name, Wemby.
Yeah.
They've got talent there.
I think that's more like, and again, it's not even about the big spotlight of the NBA, like a big city. Like, you should be in New York, you should be with the Lakers. Like, no, I don't think he rolls that way.
Well,
he just wants to win.
The Ringer is claiming L.A., New York, and Miami as the top destinations, which, no surprise, an NBA guy wants to move on, and New York, L.A., and Miami are floated as the top places.
They also floated Chicago.
Let's cross out Miami as long as Pat Riley's in the chair. Let's cross him out.
I kind of think the Knicks should be up there as a top team to acquire him. They have the assets. It feels like they're a piece away.
Yeah, he might put them over the top. See, Red Fred would fall out of his condo. I mean, oh, God.
Damn near might want to cross out the Lakers, too, in that conversation. But I could see the Spurs being built up again to be a winner. As we go to Portage Park, here's Matt with us here on Kap and J Hood. Matt, good morning.
Hey, guys. Good morning.
Morning, Matt.
What's up?
So, well, it makes sense that Giannis is not a good fit here. We have to, basically mortgage the future to get him. But, what type of player would be a good fit here? I mean, Giannis has a good fit with somewhere else where they got the pieces to make a trade. But what are the Bulls hopeful for? What can we actually do?
Well, first of all, you can say a prayer circle for tonight and see if there's somehow, some way you got lucky like you did with Derek. That was 1.9%. This is 1.7. Close enough.
Yes.
I don't think that's going to happen. The odds say it's not going to happen. I hope that it happens. But beyond that, I think listen to what Arturis said when he had his season-ending press conference. Yes, I'm going to ask for patience from the Bulls fans.
Oh.
We can't do anything until 2026. That's what he said.
Oh, basketball purgatory for a couple more years?
Well, that's
At least another year.
Well, Matt, that's what it is. Like, you do the numbers game when you look at the league, right? Because where the Bulls always, perpetually, always in the play-in game against the Heat, seems like forever. And so you're still not at the same level as the Celtics because they're the best team, to me, in the league. Even today, the best team in the league. You go from there in Tibbs Knicks, and you see the Pacers and how well-run they are and how good a team they are. Then there's Detroit, the up-and-coming Detroit. There's Orlando. There's teams ahead of you. So what I'm saying is that the Bulls aren't going anywhere anytime soon except standing still. And that's what they have done in this administration, standing still. because they're not going to make enough big moves to move the team forward. They're stuck in that 8, 9, 10 spot because that's who they are. It just shows you where the Bulls are when the Pistons can go from as bad as they are to the 6th seed. Never mind about what they did in the playoffs. That's successful. That's a successful season for them to go from the basement to 44 wins and being in the 6th seed. And where are the Bulls? Still lingering around 9 or 10 because they got 9 or 10 talent. That's what they are.
Look, the Bulls have 9 or 10 talent. They're well coached, and they're just not good enough.
It's what it is. But again, if ownership and management don't do anything to make it better, you'll always get what you get.
I'd be very interested to see if the Knicks could pull that off. If the Knicks could pull that off.
They'll try.
Oh, man.
But Giannis has given all to Milwaukee. And I know the feeling is, how could he do this? Look, with Doc Rivers as your head coach and not having enough talent, for Giannis to want to move on, he's done everything.
We got to win, baby.
I mean, that's it, man. Don't leave, baby, like Blake left me, baby. Don't leave me. Yes, I'm going to leave.
I'm out.
I am out of here. Thank you. And Halliburton's dad is a bitch. I mean, ultimately.
Yeah, one team you can cross off. He's not going to Indiana.
Not the Pacers, no. But that's what it is. So, I'll sniff around, Cap, but I mean, the idea that he'd be anywhere in the city limits, no shot.
Because we don't have anything to give up is what I'm saying.
Yeah, absolutely. Understood.
You got a couple assets, and he's not coming here if those assets go the other direction.
No question. We will have a prayer circle coming up in our next half hour because, again, the draft lottery, the NBA has ascended on Chicago, Cap. They're here.
They're here, and it will be super cool. It's at McCormick Place. And, I mean, the famous story, John Paxson told it. I was up reorganizing my drawers in my bedroom.
Sure.
And his kids, one of his sons goes, Dad, come down here. What? We won the lottery. What?
How? How do we do that? Because the league shined upon you that night. And we got Derrick Rose.
Can you imagine if they said tonight, and the number 1 pick belongs to the Chicago Bulls?
Man, oh, man. Now you're cooking with gas.
Oh, man. Cooper Flag and Matas up front?
Yeah. Now another key player for the Bulls that can't build around. Cooper Flag.
Wow.
What would Devin Booker cost?
The Piston? The future Piston? I don't know.
Well, yeah. I mean, he's from Detroit. He probably wants to be in Detroit. He was in East Lansing for Michigan State games, despite spurning their recruitment.
Why would he want to be in Detroit? Who wants to be in Detroit?
He's from there.
So what?
And they're good now.
So what? Who wants to live in freaking Detroit?
Oh, wow.
It's a sewer.
Oh, wow.
You don't have to do all that.
Oh, my God. Did you hear that?
That's where I grew up, man.
I'm well aware where you grew up.
Oh, my God.
I'm not taking a shot at you.
He's going to come in here and take
taking
a
a
swing.
shot at the town.
You just told me I came from the sewer.
It turned into a sewer since you left. That place is
It's actually gotten much better since I left. It was just named one of the top 10 places to live.
Detroit.
Yes.
I'm not going to get myself in trouble here. Wow.
Oh, and Mark Giangreco, Jay Hood with you. Coming up next,
I mean,
Courtney
what are we
Cronin
doing here?
with the latest on the Bears and
Detroit.
also minicamp right here on Kap and J.